I just saw the Backrooms yesterday. I wanted to talk about it. I haven't been that inspired by a movie in so fucking long, so I just wanted to say a few words. First of all, Kane Pixels and the Backroom series that he made was adapted. I don't fucking know how to say that. Adapted, whatever, dude. So well, so beautifully done, so awesome. The fact that that movie was made in like fucking halfway in Blender and then also in just like brought to a big screen was so sick to me. I thought that was beautiful. Uh, Also, my bad if I spoil some shit. There might be spoilers, there might not be. I don't feel like censoring myself, and I don't. I just be fucking rambling and saying bullshit. So if there's spoilers, I'm sorry. I don't. This is just gonna be my thoughts on the movie itself. I thought I would just say it, and I don't know how to speak on camera anyway, so it's just gonna be a big train of fucking thought. Um, so yeah, dude, I thought the movie was awesome. Obviously, I thought that it was so sick. I think that like the whole backrooms liminal space shit, the way that it's actually getting a light in mainstream. I mean, backrooms has always been big on the internet, but to see it on a big screen is really insane to me. It also really corresponds with like all the shit that I love and make me feel good as an artist or as a person. So like it really hit home in terms of like the dream coreness or the disassociative vibe or the fever dream feeling. It's just like the way that they went into the main character Clark's psyche and made it about, you know, the backrooms being his brain and everything that ever was for him is in there, and he didn't want to fucking leave. That's a spoiler. I told you I was gonna do spoilers. I didn't mean to, but he didn't want to. He didn't want to leave once he got up in there because he didn't want to change. He didn't want to do anything better. He would have rather stayed in his brain and in his thoughts and in his mind than accept what he was and go back to reality. And I think that it's awesome. I think anyone who feels like depressed or disassociation to a certain degree can relate to this movie and relate to the whole vibe of a liminal space. It they try to make it like a scary movie, but like but to me and to a lot of people, I feel like backrooms and liminal spaces are comforting. Like to me, that shit makes me feel like there's so much beauty in it. And they say that throughout the movie. He's like, there's something so eerie and weird about it, but it's also kind of beautiful. And he's talking about, you know, like the space and his mental space and how dark and kind of twisted it was. And I just think that that's like, I think that's really dope to see it put in a movie because I've been like, this has been shit that I've fucked with forever. And a lot of people have fucked with forever, but to see it this big is awesome. A lot of the subjects they touched on really made me feel seen. Just mainly just like it felt good to see. One sec. Reset. I'm drinking an Alani right now, but you can't see because of the light. I don't really like Alanis that much. They just have a lot of caffeine, and I need a lot of caffeine today because I want to be a tweaker and I have shit to go get done. Usually I like yerba mates. But anyways, I was talking about the whole aesthetic within liminal spaces and how it actually ties into just like a thought process or just the way that the way that they tied it into like his brain and the way that he thought. I thought was really sick and super relatable. Also, just like there's a lot of like vaporwave aesthetics in that shit, and I think it's all very, I think, kind of nostalgic and warm and fuzzy and eerie, and I can personally relate to that as the ethos for a lot of things that I do. I just think that a lot of things like that, like dreamcore or you know liminal spaces or vaporwave things, they like lack depth and they lack a lot of meaning and they lack purpose, and they're just like a lot of times the art is just what it is, which is cool too because it allows people to put their own meaning on it. But I think that like Kane Parsons did a really good job of um, being able to put meaning towards the whole aesthetic and put something a little deeper with a little bit of depth in it, so you can get something out of it. Because I don't know, a lot of that type of shit just kind of doesn't know where to go. It feels like it's stuck at the visuals or the aesthetic of it, but I think that there's a lot more behind that, and the people who enjoy that type of vibe, that type of aesthetic, actually have real, in-depth reasons for why they fuck with it. So yeah, super cool. The villain was super cool. The big pirate fucker. I thought he was sick. I enjoyed him. I'm glad that they kind of got a new like monster entity type of thing, and kind of went a different route with that. I thought that was really dope. The furniture store. Oh, the commercials. The commercials, like the pirate commercial, or like the shit that he was reading, the audiobook of like how to. And I forgot what it was called, but they were watching commercials within the show, and I thought those were really sick. I want to like recreate something like that. I really love like 80s, 90s style, fucking infomercials, or like cult initiations, or just like, I think that's so dope. I think that's really fucking awesome. So I'll probably make something like that in the future. Overall, Backrooms, I give it a solid, bro. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. I thought that it was really faithful to the original Backrooms. It added onto it. It expanded. I thought that it was really beautifully done. The soundtrack was fucking gorgeous. I thought the soundtrack fit it really well. Very eerie, very beautiful, very like video game-esque. Just very, very sick soundtrack. Very sick atmosphere. There were certain, I give it a 9 out of 10 because like I don't, there was something missing. I don't know yet. I'm gonna go watch that movie again, so we'll see what I think then. There's something missing though, so I haven't quite figured out what that was. But yeah, this is me rambling and probably not making sense for a cool 4 or 5 minutes. So hopefully, if you watched it all, you enjoyed or took something away from what I said, because I probably made no fucking sense. But that's okay. James Drop Top here, Sandman, Ruler of the Dream World here, Dolphin Gang shit. Yeah, dude. Have a good day. Have a good night.